Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Today, I really don't know what to expect with this. This is Tired Hands Brewing Milkshake, Strawberry Milkshake IPA. That seems to go more with a porter or a stout type of ingredients than with an IPA. But this comes from Tired Hands, and they are known for brewing some very tasty beer. So we'll see what this brings. This is a 7.2%er. I don't have the IBUs here. This excuse me. This was sent to me by Chris. He sent me a couple of cans from these guys, and sent me a little letter along with it. We already done their Weed Eater, their double IPA. And this is their strawberry milkshake, brewed with fresh strawberries and lactose sugar. They haven't been canning very long, and they only can 2 beers 1 day a week. And according to what he says here, about 300 plus people stand and wait in line to get it. It is only available at the brewery. They don't do any distribution whatsoever yet. So everything is bought and sold at the brewery. So about as fresh as you can get it when it happens that way. And another reason probably why they're not dating, they don't need to if everything is sucked up at the brewery and it doesn't even go to the stores. So they know it's fresh when you pick it up, and they don't have to worry about it sitting on the shelf because it doesn't go to the shelf. So Chris, thanks again my brother for sending me these beers. Been very impressed with what I have been sent to me from Tired Hands. They're very reminiscent of a lot of the New England breweries like Treehouse and some of the others. They just brew exceptionally well made beers. And this one, like the other one, is just a plain Jane silver can with a stick-on label on the front. They're more interested in what's going in the can than a bunch of fancy high-dollar artwork that's on the outside. So that's a good thing. I just assume them do a plain Jane packaging with a sticker on it and spend all their money on the ingredients of what's inside the can. So we'll see what this one brings. It sounds very interesting. So commercial description here says IPA brewed with oats and lactose sugar, fermented atop strawberries and vanilla beans, hopped intensely with mosaic and citra hops. We also added wheat flour and 50 pounds of local apples to the boil, brewed in collaboration with Omnipolo. Doesn't have that on the can that I see anywhere. Yeah, it does. It says with Omnipolo here on the side underneath. So, and they're a brewery out of, let me see what it says here. Omnipolo, they're in Stockholm. So this is a collaboration beer between some guys across the pond and these guys up there in Ardmore, Pennsylvania is where Tired Hands is at. So collaboration beer, if you will. So food pairings for the IPA for this is IPA is going to be your standard IPA pairings. Food pairings: curried in a Thai and your stronger cheeses. Pepper Monterey, pepper jack, sharp blue, cheddar, gorgonzola, limburger, and the meat is poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon, and I will add grilled meat to that. Glassware is your typical glassware for IPAs. Becker, Nodding, tumbler, mug, Stein, Seidel. This is my favorite glass. This is the one all you guys keep seeing me use because I do love it. An excellent glass to do beer reviews with. I don't use this glass when I'm drinking my go-to beers because I'm not doing a lot of sniffing and smelling and telling anybody about what I'm drinking. I use a standard pint glass usually for my go-to beers. But when I'm doing the review, I want to bring out all of those flavors and aromas and stuff. That's why I use this glass. Very thick-walled, heavy-duty, last you a lifetime type of glass. Not a cheap glass. Sauvin beer glass. Sauvin beer glass. Google it. It'll take you to where you can buy one. Not cheap. That's about a $30, $35 glass. But like I said, very heavy duty, not a thin wall glass. Lasts you a lifetime to take care of it. Alright, not recommended for extended cellaring, so let's not sell this one any longer. Get it into the glass. This is a 16-ounce can. I'm not going to pour it all in there. Well, that pour got us about a finger, maybe a little less than that. Very cloudy. Those guys at Tired Hands, just like Treehouse, I think they do unfiltered beers. It's very cloudy. It's a little clearer on the bottom here, but it's got a very nice orange peach color. I say orange tangerine color quite a bit, but most of the IPAs do have that color. That's about the color you're going to get. Very cloudy. I cannot see the light through the big part of the bulb here, guys. So that leads me to think it's unfiltered. Let's get a nose on it. Very, very citrusy. I am getting slight hints of some strawberries in there, guys. Some lighter fruit notes. They did use apples in the bowls. I'm getting that. Those are, when they do that, that's they call that basically a high pectin, which has a lot of sugar in it, a lot of fermentable sugar, and it ends up creating a very dry beer because the yeast eats all that sugar up, and so they end up using some lactose. They put some lactose in there, which is an unfermentable sugar, to keep some of that sweetness, so it's not quite as dry as it would be otherwise. So. Very citrusy, oranges, slight hints of strawberries. It's not as predominant as I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be a pink milkshake colored beer, but it is not. I mean, it looks very much like an IPA in a glass. Well, let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Chris. Thank you, sir. Ever so slight hints of those strawberries in there, guys. I can taste them though. Very citrusy. Getting some mango and some grapefruit. Some lighter fruit notes, like I said, apples, pears. That is very tasty. That little bit of strawberries adds a little bit different dimension to the beer. I wasn't really expecting a strawberry bomb, but it is not. This is very nice. Very well done. And with that added lactose, still has enough sweetness where it's just not super dry. Wow. Very nice. I don't know why I'm surprised, because like I said, these guys at Tired Hands and Treehouse, both New England breweries up there, are doing some amazing stuff, guys. They really are. And that's why they have 300 some people standing in line to get their beers every week. It doesn't even get to the stores. They don't have any left to send to the stores. Everything is bought up at the brewery. When you get that kind of following, you really don't have to be too concerned about putting a date on it. Much as I want to harp about it, if it's not being distributed and everything's bought at the brewery, that's a machine that they probably don't need to buy until they can increase production and the beers actually go out to the stores and stuff, or it could actually sit on the shelf somewhere. But as long as everything's being sold and bought up at the brewery every time they put it out, that's good for them. It really is. bad for us because unless we're there to stand in line, we don't get it unless we have guys like Chris and the other guys that send me beers to pick them up and spend their hard-earned money on the beer and stand in line and then wrap it up and box it up and pay to ship it to somebody. So I feel blessed. I feel very lucky to have the subscribers that I do that are willing to do that for me. So thanks, you guys. I do appreciate it. Well, let's sip on it for a little bit. Let her have some, see what she thinks about it, and we'll come back and see where it ends up. Pretty damn tasty. I'm surprised. Shouldn't be, but I am. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on this probably about 45 minutes or so, maybe close to an hour. Once I got off camera and poured the rest of this in there, it turned super milky cloudy. I mean, this is just like this is like pulp grapefruit / orange juice. It's awesome. I mean, it is super, super cloudy now. And I took it back and she took a drink and smelled. She said, it's like a dreamsicle. I'm going, I'm not getting that. Excuse me. Still not completely over my flu episode, but getting there. This is awesome, guys. Grapefruit, strawberries, apples, mango, oranges, and that's about the cloudiest stuff I think I've had in quite a while. I mean, I guess it's even cloudier than some of the treehouse stuff. So, wow, it's awesome beer though. This is delicious. If I could get my hands on some of the treehouse and Tired Hands beers here, oh my gosh, that's probably all you would see in my fridge. I wouldn't have very many other go-to beers. So you guys up in New England, you got some damn nice breweries brewing some awesome stuff up there. Citrusy, pine. I am getting the strawberries more that it's now that's warmed up some, but it's very different than what I was expecting out of the can. So, but it's awesome. It's delicious. Final chug. I'm sad because I don't have any more of this. I hate to drink it. That's why I've been sipping on it for almost an hour. Wow. That's like pure pulp. I mean, it blows me away that they can produce beers like this. I've not had any success, and I don't filter any of my stuff either, but it doesn't come out like this. It really doesn't. Once it goes from primary to secondary and everything falls out of it, and I keg it and stuff, my beers come out like typical IPAs, guys. There's not a lot of junk or floaties in it, but it's fairly clear. It's all clarified. And once you cold crash it, everything settles to the bottom, and it's a fairly clear, average-looking IPA, good-tasting IPA. But nothing that looks like that. I mean, really, or not quite got the taste that this has got. I mean, very well made. I keep saying that, but it is a very well made IPA. Pleasantly surprised. And once it poured in there, it almost looked like a, I don't say a strawberry milkshake, but it looked like maybe a peach milkshake or something with that orange tangerine color to it. But then, because once they poured the last bit of that can in there, it got super milky looking and cloudy. So very nice, guys. For me on this one, I'm on the fence between a 9 and a 10. I'm going to probably go ahead and give this one a 10, even though it doesn't have a date on it. They're selling everything at the brewery, and it sells out every time they put it on sale. So as long as it's not getting to the stores, I mean, they really don't need a dating machine now, do they? So it's a 10 for me, guys. It's awesome. It's delicious. It's definitely worth seeking out if you can get your hands on it, or somebody sends you some. I wish I could get this here. I really do. Over Beer Advocate, they don't have any reviews whatsoever on this. Nobody's made any comments or reviews on this beer, so they have absolutely no score or no clue. Over to Rate Beer has enough comments and people that reviewed this beer to put a rating on it. They got overall 96 and 95 in the style. I think it's a tad better than that. Like I said, I could just as easily give it a 9 because it didn't have a date on it, but that would be crazy. As much as I harp on the dates, they're selling everything at the brewery, and nothing gets to the store shelves. Really, a dating machine's almost a cost that they don't need until they get a bigger, expand the brewery, or at least get the stuff that's enough to sell or distributed to the stores. If everything's bought at the brewery, you know how damn fresh it is. It was just made, and they're buying it all up. So kudos to those guys at Tired Hands. Excellent beers you guys are doing. Very impressed with what's coming out of New England right now. I really, really am. So if you've had this one from Tired Hands, it was their milkshake, strawberry milkshake IPA. And according to what Beer Advocate says, is brewed once. And they may do other varieties, or may do other varieties of it, but they brewed this particular one time, and we got what we got, and if you didn't get it, it's probably gone. That's all I can say about that. So if you've had it, let me know what you think. Chris, once again, my brother, thanks for sending it down to me. Awesome. Very, very, very nice. Alright guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what we can dig up out of the fridge. Hope we can get something just as good as this. Hope so. See you then.